50. I get it. I get it. Yeah. I run New York. I get it.
Yo, welcome back to the Boys Gurus Boyz Report. Up bright and early where I'm at. So pardon the mess that I am at the moment, but I wanted to get in a few thoughts before anything commences today. As we all know, the Cowboys have made a couple moves, and I like both of them. Brooking was a guy that I was eyeing for a while. He made a lot of sense, just with familiarity with the system, and he's still got some years left. I watched him play a little bit this year. He has lost a step or two, but he will be better than what Zach Thomas provided that slot last year. He's got a little more beef. So, you know, all in all, and he's a high character guy, you know, hard worker. So all in all, I like the move. I'd rather, you know, spend little money on him than the big money on Ray Lewis, who's only like a year older. So, nice economical, smart move. Don't break the bank. Good move. In reference to the trade, I have no idea what Cowboy fans are thinking. You puzzle me. All you Cowboy fans, leave comments. Explain yourselves. Why? Would you want to go into a season with question marks at your backup quarterback slot? How many teams every single year lose their starter for so many games? We did it last year. We got lucky the first year and a half. You know, there's a reason why the Brett Favres and the Peyton Mannings, you know, are the ones that start a lot of games. It just doesn't happen. You know, the quarterbacks just take so many hits. You need a very, very capable backup QB. To me, the backup is starter 1A. It's almost like you need two starters nowadays, or at least someone you feel very comfortable with, to do starter-like work, not backup-like work. You know, those days are over in the NFL, and we got caught with our pants down last year. I mean, Brad Johnson was awful. I mean, we got a lucky win against Tampa, where the defense played unbelievably well. And other than that, we just couldn't do anything. And I don't want some bum guy that's gonna just sit on the bench and not threaten Romo. Bottom line is, Romo needs somebody to push his butt. I mean, that's what it is. His work ethic, his practice, the reports come about his practice habits, meetings, all that stuff aren't good. They're just not good. So to get a quarterback who was a captain of his own team last year, granted they were 0-16 team, but he was a captain. He knows Roy Williams, who we just put an extraordinary investment in. You want to maximize that investment. If we get 1 year Kitna who can, you know, get the coaching staff to say, okay, Roy's good at this or that, or, you know, put him here, or he prefers this, or it's gonna help. It's not gonna, you know, even if he doesn't play a snap, just being able to perhaps cater the system down the road to Roy Williams as opposed to Terrell Owens, to me is a win in itself. Never mind that Kitna's been a high performer in high-powered offenses. He's been a backup to big-name quarterbacks. He's done it. He's done it all. He's a leader. Is he a little bit mouthy? Sure. But I think we're lacking things like that. We're lacking a little bit of charisma and spunk. You know, so a guy that can come in and show Romo how to really practice and be a professional, I think, is going to be very, very crucial. So I love it. You know, Henry, he was a free safety right now, and we have a free safety. We have Michael Hamlin, or Ken Hamlin. I don't know why I said Michael Hamlin, but we have Ken Hamlin, Michael Jenkins, and Scandrick are more than capable of being the 2 and 3 corners. As a matter of fact, I think they're more 1 and 2 than 2 and 3, but that's just my opinion on that. Going forward, Roy Williams is being shopped. Are there takers out there? I have no idea. Miles Austin and Bowen. Keep an eye on Bowen because the Packers lost out on Canty. They thought they were going to land Canty. And there's not too many 3-4 ends out there. And they're going to a 3-4. And they just lost another defensive lineman as well. Keep an eye on that one. We might be able to get a draft pick out of that, which would be huge, being that we traded the farm for Roy Williams. So look for that. I don't think we're gonna be big players. We might look at some offensive linemen or some defensive linemen. I think Olshansky's a guy that's been mentioned who, to me, he'd be just as good as Canty. One final thing now. As far as Canty going, you got your money. I have no idea what the Giants are thinking. To me, Canty's a one-trick pony. He's a 3-4 defensive end. He's not a 4-3 defensive tackle. I don't think he's going to fit into that. Defensive tackles aren't 6'7". They're just not. How many 6'7" DTs you see, I don't know. I don't recall seeing any. He's a one-trick pony. I'm glad the Giants spent all that money on him. He's their highest paid defensive lineman, and Uminor and Tuck are both better than he is, in my opinion. So, give them some chemistry issues. That's fine by me. Hainsworth getting $100 million, all the power to him. He's dominant, but defensive tackles, there's a reason why they kind of fizzle out because they're so big. You're not going to get dominant performance over the long haul out of the defensive tackle position. You'll get it for spurts perhaps, but not consistently to merit the kind of money that a $100 million contract's going to merit. So Washington, how you pull out the money, I don't know. Maybe you get some Goldman Sachs guys working for you to fudge the numbers. Maybe those laid off Wall Street jerk-offs. Maybe they're on your payroll because I have no clue how you do it. But a lot of people are worried about those moves. If anything, I think Philly's done a great job getting Stacey Andrews to go with Sean Andrews. Got a lot of beef on that right-hand side. Losing Dawkins, they've always lost guys and replaced them just fine. Dawkins is a leader. To me, good riddance. Thanks for getting rid of him. Dawkins is the exact kind of guy we needed. If we could have linked him, I mean, not for 5 years for a 35-year-old player, but if we could have linked him for a couple of years to show some leadership, that would have been great. So, all in all, I like the 2 moves we made. I think we're going to make a few moves, but none of the big names I don't think are going to come in our direction, which is fine. If anything, I'm hoping we can land some leaders and not schlubs, basically. And that's my take for now. If anything pops up within the next couple days, you'll hear from me. Peace.
F-I-A-S-C-O, make you say, hopefully hand over the Land Rover keys slowly and run like